Welcome guys to a walkthrough of Busch Gardens, Williamsburg in Virginia. We are here inside the park at the front entrance. These are the turnstiles that you enter through, and when you exit the park you go out through there. So I'm going to be taking you all the way through the park, and it's not going to be sped up. And I'll be making sure to give some commentary as I walk around. So here we are in the England section. There aren't any rides here, but you can see some shops, and they have a show here in the Globe Theater building. Right now they're showing a Kids Sitter-It show. And here's the icon of England, the clock tower. Now from here you can actually go 3 different ways. You can go to the left, which goes to Italy, through here, which goes to Scotland, and we're going to go to the right to Ireland. But we will eventually see all of the park. And our first attraction of the day, chickens! Woo! How about this? We got some Clydesdales and some sheep up here. They don't have as many animals as Busch Gardens Tampa in Florida, but they do have some. And for this small section of the video, I had to unfortunately cut out the original audio due to the copyrighted song in the background. If I had left it in, then unfortunately the entire video would have been muted. But what you're seeing in this section is the entrance to Ireland. You walk across this cool bridge. You got some fountains off to the right. And if you haven't been to Busch Gardens before, just know that the entire park is made up of different countries, and so it really gives the park this cool feel to it. And as with all of the SeaWorld parks, they do a great job at making sure that every inch of the park is covered in detail. Everything looks so good. They really pay attention to the small little things. And I've never been to Ireland, but I certainly think that it gives the appearance of that country, which is always great. This attraction right here is Europe in Air. It's kind of like a knockoff version of Soarin' at Disney, and it's not very loved. A lot of people aren't fans of it. It's okay. Basically, it just kind of takes you around Europe. And this building right here is where the Celtic Fire show is. And when you want to see this building, or when you want to come see the show, you'll exit through here. And when you go to see it, you will enter right through these doors right here. So we're now out of Ireland, and here is an area where we just have a bunch of animals. Got some bald eagles in there. There aren't actually any rides along this path. Definitely a quieter area of the park. And they do have wolves.
Are at the top of the food chain, preying on large food.
Those are probably the highlight animal of this park. Everyone loves wolves. And they do a show with the wolves. And you can see that show up here at the Wolf Haven Theater. It's pretty small, but still show the animals up there. And you can see a pet show called Pet Shenanigans right here. And this park is very hilly, so there's lots of portions where it's uphill or you're walking downhill. And actually you can break off from this path and go see some more animals by coming up here. And this is just a little loop, so it'll take you back to the main pathway. But this is where you enter if you want to go into the aviary. You'll see some birds. And here they have another bald eagle right there. He actually looks blind. And Busch Gardens is great about rehabilitating animals. This here is that aviary that I was talking about. They have some reptiles in this area. I don't see any right now. This is filmed later in the day, so maybe they've brought them all inside. And this here is that main pathway that we were just on, so we are now back on the path. We are heading to New France.
And I was like, what do I do? Hey, we have been in France.
And you do cross over some railroad tracks. There is a train that makes a full loop around the park. And there are 3 stations. So make sure to get on the train if you come to Busch Gardens. This is a very nice themed area. Here you can get a caricature. Over there are some restrooms. And this is where you can get your Griffin merchandise. And when you actually want to go to ride Griffin, you go over here to the left. And they have this whole plaza area on the other side of this bridge. Where you can see this giant dive coaster. It is the first floorless dive coaster in the United States. It is not the tallest anymore. At one point it was. It has 2 inversions, a 90-degree first drop, and it hangs you over that drop for about 4 seconds. This is the entrance to Griffin, and you can also go over here where you can get pretty darn close to the first drop. Also you can see the splashdown, which we will see in a second. And this right here is the final brake run. Let's see how close you can get to that first drop. Yeah, right there. And over here is the splash zone. You can get up real close and get wet, or you can stand back and just watch. And they do sell food in that building, so of course they gotta have some seating areas. On the right is Trapper's Smokehouse, where you can get barbecue. Definitely one of the fan favorite places to eat here. It always smells really good. They're always cooking the food right there. And to the left is where you'll continue on to the rest of the park, but we're going to go over here for a second to show you a couple stuff. Down this little pathway right here is where you go to the log flume. As you can see, they have a big little scoot sign right here. And you go to ride that down here. But what you are seeing right now is a bunch of construction walls. That is because when this is filmed, in March of 2016, they are currently building another roller coaster, a wooden roller coaster called Invader. And that will go right here. As of when this video is being filmed, they have not started vertical construction. They're mostly just working on clearing the land. Over here is the Caribou train station, one of the 3 train stations. They have some restrooms over there. Common family flat ride right there. I believe it's the Scrambler model. And they do have this cool gem mine display right here.
Oh, there's a lot.
So this section of the park is probably the farthest from the entrance. At this point we're in the back of the park. Busch Gardens is basically just one big loop. There's very few dead ends. This big white coaster you're seeing is Alpengeist. It is a B&M inverted coaster, the tallest in the United States. It's very intense, and it flies right next to the log flume. So we saw the entrance for it. This is the actual ride. You can see a good view of it from this bridge that you go across. There you have it. And there's some of that construction going on right there. There's a good view of Alpengeist right there. So there you go. Up here's the entrance to Alpengeist, right there. They have a ski mart, some merch, right there. Oh!
Tomato and cheese sandwich.
And you enter Germany through right here. But you could also enter this area through that ski mart, and that opens up right to where the Alpengeist entrance is. So it kind of serves as a shortcut. We have this nice open area right here. And through there is where you go to the rest of the park, but we're going to go down here for a bit. Here you have the carousel at the park, and here is one of the skyride stations. There are 3 stations, so you can take it to 3 different parts of the park. And this one actually takes you from England to Germany, and then over here you'll go from England over to Italy. I'm sorry, Germany to Italy. This is Land of the Dragons. This is one of your main kids areas. And to access, basically this stretch right here goes from Germany to Scotland, so it kind of acts as that cutting across point. So we're going to go down here, and at the end of the video we'll actually end up back where we just were. So this will actually take us to the front of the park. And this section sits a lot lower than a lot of the rest of the areas. So that's why this entire area is an incline going down. So if you're trying to go up, be warned, it is a hill. And you do have some steps right here. This is where you can take a boat ride. Very cool. Takes you down this little stretch of river right here. And this is a great section of the park because it's very quiet and you just have this great view of Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster is the only roller coaster to feature 2 interlocking vertical loops. And it's great because if you're lucky, you can get a shot of Loch Ness Monster, Alpengeist, and Griffin all going at the same time. So it's very cool photo op. Look how close you can get to it. I mean, it's just right there. Very cool. And there's Alpengeist. See, that's what I'm talking about. And we went down some steps to get here, which means we have to go up some steps to get back. Lots of steps. Right here is the entrance to Loch Ness Monster. Got the lift hill right here. And there's the train, and the train tracks. This is the Scotland section. We got some stables up here where you can see some horses. Here's the Scotland train station. That's the entrance to it right there. And look, Clydesdale. You can get a photo with it. You have to buy the photo, of course, but I mean, you don't have to buy it, but they take your photo for you. Here you have some restrooms. Very important. And this main pathway right here is where we just were at the beginning of the video. That takes you back to England. So now we are going to go to the right, and this will take you to Italy. And you get to see some animals. Look, we got some sheep, there's goats. That goat's in a wheelbarrow. And that is right up against the Skyride station, one of the 3 stations.
Jesus the goat.
I just had a deja vu.
And we're going to go to the left for a bit. This is where you have Elmo's Force of Fun. This is the other main children's section. And the entrance to the Skyride station. So you enter the Skyride right there. And you have this cool little area where the kids can play. Look, they have this cute little ride where they can get wet. And they do have a roller coaster here. The Grover coaster, Grover's Alpine Express. And you enter that right here. And this section is a dead end, so we're gonna go back. Right here is the entrance to Escape from Pompei, one of the 3 water rides here at Busch Gardens. This is where you can see that famous drop. It's a very cool attraction. Inside the building, you're going to see the ruins of Pompei. It's all going to come crashing down on you. There's going to be fire, and it's awesome. Great for if it's a hot day.
I'll sit in the front. I can't believe how good that rush hour was.
The only problem with that is
Pants to go with it, you know that, right? Yeah.
You can go straight or left. At this point, we're going to go left into Festa Italia. And Festa Italia is a dead end, so we'll be back here. Everyone goes into this area for 2 reasons: Apollo's Chariot and Tempesto, both of which you can kind of see through the trees. We'll get up close to them in a minute though. This bridge actually goes over the train. The train passes under it, and you'll find the 3rd and final train station in this section.
You ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
And here's your entrance to Apollo's Chariot. The purple and yellow coaster over there in the distance. You can't see much of Apollo's Chariot from the park. You can see it better from when you're entering the park by car. Here's your teacup ride. And we are approaching Tempesto, new for 2015 at Busch Gardens.
Yeah, we do flips and all that.
Tempesto is a Premier Rides multi-launch coaster. It goes forwards and backwards. There are 3 launches. And it operates with 1 train, so it is famous for getting longer lines. But here it is right here. Flowers. If you haven't noticed, Busch Gardens is a very pretty park. They've actually been voted the world's most beautiful theme park because they definitely are a theme park and not an amusement park. Over here is Roman Rapids, one of the other water rides. Actually, the 3rd and final water ride that we've seen. Between Escape from Pompei, Roman Rapids, and Le Scoot, you have 3 varying degrees of how wet you're going to get. You don't get very wet at all on the log flume, and sometimes you'll get really wet on Escape from Pompei, sometimes you won't. It really just depends on how full the boat is. And then Roman Rapids, you'll probably get drenched in. Right here is where you go to the train station.
Come on. And you got some time involved in there. You got
So that is Festa Italia. We're now back over the bridge. We're going to head back into Italy.
Yes, ma'am. Somebody want to get on the battery ram?
Here is the battering ram. And you got lots of family rides in this section. Over there is Da Vinci's Cradle, the flying carpet ride at the park. There aren't too many of those, so it's cool that Busch Gardens has one. This area of the park is very well landscaped. Busch Gardens did a good job with it. Only downside is that it just kind of ends here. You just have this big fence blocking it off from an employee area. But whatever, no big deal. And this right here is probably one of the best places to eat. This is Marco Polo's marketplace. Wide variety of food options here, ranging from Mediterranean to Italian. Lots of options there. And you can eat here in this Theater. There's the San Marco Theater. They don't do shows there all the time, so you're not guaranteed to see a show while you eat, but they do have them every once in a while. And we are now crossing over into the Octoberfest section. And this bridge is an area where you can get great photo opportunities of Verbolten, and you can see some rides over there.
I don't want to.
So Verbolten is up here on the left. This is a great family coaster. It features 2 launches, and it is partially indoors. It also features a vertical drop, not the kind that you see on Griffin, more like a elevator style drop. Not too many of those. Very cool. And then what used to be in the spot was Big Bad Wolf. That was removed because of its old age, and Verbolten replaced it. Right here's their drop tower, mock tower. It will rotate you on the ways up. It is the tallest ride at the park. And a lot of coaster fans aren't that impressed by it. It's okay. It's probably one of the worst drop towers I've been on. I like how it rotates you on the way up though, so that's good. Here's your entrance to Verbolten. And you'll exit Verbolten through here. And they do have lots of carnival games in this section. Here's your classic wave swinger attraction. And here's the opening for Verbolten. You can see it right there. And that right there is the indoor section. Down there is the bumper cars. They have a mini bumper cars and ones for everyone.
The fire department did something.
And it is again at this point in the video why I unfortunately have to remove the original audio due to the copyrighted song in the background that Busch Gardens plays. Busch Gardens is very particular about their music. It very much matches the theme, but unfortunately YouTube has restrictions where I can't play it. But what you're seeing now is the Fest House. They have this great Busch Gardens logo out front. And actually inside Fest House they have a store. You can buy a bunch of merchandise, including nostalgic merchandise. They have like Big Bad Wolf t-shirts in there. It's pretty cool. And of course you can eat and see a show. Their main food that they specialize in is German food such as bratwurst, pizza, that sort of thing. If you're into that kind of thing, then I would definitely recommend eating there. It's not my favorite place to eat. I prefer Italy. And then as you walk away from it, you have this cool games area. And here's the main dark ride at the park. This is Curse of Dark Castle. Very cool attraction. Definitely a fan favorite. And this area should look familiar because we have now seen the entire park. there's the carousel again. To the left you go to ride Alpengeist. And directly ahead is where that bridge is and Land with the Dragon. So that is it for this walkthrough video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to stay tuned for more walkthroughs of other amusement parks and theme parks across the country. And if you're new to Coaster Studios, you can check out past walkthroughs I've done, including Dollywood, Carowinds, King's Dominion, and more. And it's all available on my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.